Vintage time is when grape growers gear up for harvest and winemakers are out there amongst the vines to see what will be. At this crucial time, I've come to McLaren Vale to get an idea of what we can expect from this year's vintage and how this famous wine growing region is evolving with the times.
So this is Tempranillo. It's a bigger berry variety than, say, Shiraz, but this is probably about a week off picking. It makes quite a tannic wine. Plus, this is one of our better selling wines.
Delicious. You can enjoy this just as a table grape.
If, like me, you love your wine, then Steve Pennell needs little introduction. He won the coveted Jimmy Watson Trophy for his very first vintage and won it again 18 years later. He's a Gourmet Traveller Winemaker of the Year and also McLaren Vale's Bushing King. But for Steve, the satisfaction comes from growing and crafting exceptional wines. So I can't wait to hear Steve's thoughts on this year's yield.
It's a very late vintage, so it's probably one of the latest we've ever done, and that means longer ripening time, and that means better quality. So it should be very, very good.
You could say wine flows through Steve's blood.
My father planted one of the very early vineyards in Margaret River, so that's where I grew up. I grew up in wine, and I came to South Australia to study, and I suppose my big break was I was the chief red winemaker for Hardy's, so I was that for 9 years. I was working for them, and in the end I was looking after over 200 million bottles of red wine per annum.
After years as a corporate winemaker, Steve decided to forge a new direction, opening his own cellar door, SC Pennell. McLaren Vale has historically been known for its big reds, but these days they're producing more of the Mediterranean varietals.
A friend of mine came to me spruiking Touriga. That was a year that we had 17 days of 37 degrees or hotter, and it was crazy. It was easier to grow strawberries on Mars than sort of make wine. It was crazy here. So that really got me focused on these Mediterranean varieties, that they were suitable more so to our climate and could stand the heat. Making wine that represents where I live and tastes like it comes from where I live and suits our lifestyle. They're the things that I'm trying to do now.
Well, that's given me a whole new list of wines to try, and the place to do that is right here at Stephen Fiona's cellar door. There's great food, award-winning wines, and, well, the view's not too bad either.
The SC Pennell cellar door is open 7 days a week, so why not drop in and try something new? Just down the road, the vineyard team at Oliver's Turanga are also into the full swing of vintage. What a hive of activity.
So welcome to the barrel shed. It stays nice and cool in here.
It's lovely. What have we got here?
So this is Mencía, Spanish variety. We were one of the first in Australia to plant it, actually, so pretty exciting. We're going to make a rosé out of it.
Winemaker Corinna Wright's family has been growing grapes in this region for over 150 years. And she's on the same page as Steve Pennell when it comes to producing Mediterranean-style wines.
From a food point of view, I think as a cook I've seen less kind of maybe French heavy-based sauces and moving towards a lighter, fresher kind of cuisine. Do you think it's the same with wine?
Definitely, definitely. You know, McLaren Vale makes some really fabulous red wines, but, you know, we also fish, and our favourite fish is whiting off our coast. So, you know, a big Shiraz maybe always doesn't go so well with. So Vermentino, Fiano, smashes it. Looks awesome.
There you go, 2 great cellar doors to visit in McLaren Vale, producing some amazing wines, and this year's vintage is on track to be one to remember. So why not take yourself on a journey, be adventurous and try something new. You never know, you might just find your new favourite drop.